Status update time. We are about halfway through our barn makeover remodel project, and we're at the point now where we've got a coat of paint up on the barn. We've got the new Dutch doors, the bottom halves at least, installed so that the horses can be kept safely in, so that we were able to remove all the fencing and prepare for the Lighthoof installation. So what we have here are pre-hung Dutch doors, or pre-made Dutch doors, I should say, from Barn Pros, and these are absolutely gorgeous. They were really reasonably priced at just under $500. There are a few options for Dutch doors, which include doors that are pre-hung on a frame, and they come, custom built to size in a metal frame, and those typically run a minimum of $1,000 per door. And require a 5 or 6 week lead time depending on where you order them from. For this project, we were trying to get these doors up pretty quick, so we wanted to go with a non-custom pre-built solution. We are also looking to save on price a little bit, and really liked these Barn Pros Dutch doors. They're extremely solid, they come with their mounting hardware, and they're very easy to install. So these have all been installed. After removing the old broken Dutch doors, we discovered a lot of rot and damage to the structure of the frame of the doors, and even one post which had slipped off of its pad as a result of all the water damage that had been going on in these muddy paddocks and with these broken gutters that have now been replaced. So all of that damage wasn't in our original project plan because we didn't know about it until we pulled things apart and got into it. So it's a good idea to always plan a little extra budget, a little extra time in order to accommodate for those things. So now that those have been fully rebuilt and the barn has been saved from utter demise via the damage to the structural elements due to the water and the mud, we're able to progress with the fun stuff, which is the paint, the doors, the hardware, all the things that are going to make this barn look beautiful. Here are some swatches I picked up from the Sherwin-Williams that go along with a sort of classic barn color theme. Grays are really popular right now, and I think these are some super grays. This intellectual gray is kind of a light, warm gray. This urbane bronze is actually darker than it looks here in the chip, and it's a really great color for accents or the entire barn if you're feeling bold. This suitable brown is the same sort of thing, a gray and kind of a brown tone. Whites are kind of hard to pick. I really like these two whites from Sherwin-Williams. This is the alabaster that we used on the exterior of our barn. It's just a really warm, bright, sort of diamondy white. And if you want a white that's just as pure or white as white can be, just a touch cooler than the alabaster, is the snowbound. Reds are fun for barns and completely classic. These two are sort of your more traditional barn reds, obviously red barn and rustic red, and so these are kind of like your darker, more sort of elegant classic reds. But it's also super fun to go with kind of a hotter red, almost even toward the orange tones, because it just makes the barn really come alive, and the colors really, really pop, and they look good against greens. So if you live in an area with a lot of trees and just general drizzliness like we do, having sort of a hot color can bring that pop to your barn that makes it stand out against the drizzliness. But I've been really happy with whites. Even though they do show dirt sooner, they're easy to clean and they look bright and fresh when they are cleaned. So those are a couple options for some sort of classic, more neutral barn colors that are sort of on trend right now. You have a couple of different options when it comes to the finish of your exterior paint. A lot of homes are painted with a matte exterior finish. We chose a finish that was just a step down from a semi-gloss, so it just had a little bit of sheen to it. And the reason we did that is that we wanted it to be easy to clean and we wanted it to look newer for longer. I am absolutely loving how these Dutch doors turned out, especially with the black hardware and the white paint, which is Sherwin-Williams alabaster. The doors were finished with an exterior deck stain, a transparent natural deck stain, to protect them but preserve their natural beauty. I should point out that in this particular makeover project, we are replacing all the fencing, which is why we wanted to remove it all before doing the Lighthoof installation. If you have good fencing in your paddocks and you're not looking to replace your fencing, Lighthoof is really easy to install around your existing fencing and fence posts. It's flexible, you can cut it and then repair it on the other side of a fence post using the included extra strength zip ties, and you can stretch it to basically any shape to fit right up to the edges of your existing fence lines and around your fence posts. So it is not necessary to remove all of your fences or to replace your fences when installing Lighthoof in your paddocks, but in this case we did do that because we're replacing. It's so fun to get to see the horses here in their stalls looking out over their new Dutch doors and enjoying the security, the safety that it provides while also looking beautiful. The doors and the horses.